Welcome back to the Daily Yield. I'm here with Daniel, and if you got a question, drop it in the chat. Something is happening in the Watch Me Pivot community right now, and we want to talk about it today. There's a hackathon running, and the deadline is July 6th, not too far away. So you guys got to get busy. We're giving away $600 in prizes, and the challenge is to build a seed. And we keep talking about a seed, not a code base, not an app, but a seed, a prompt that when you hand it to your agent grows into working software, right? And Daniel has been running this thing, and I want to understand it properly, and I want people watching to understand it properly. So, Daniel, let's start at the beginning. Okay, let's run through it. That's what we're going to talk about today. Okay.
Yeah. Let's start from the beginning. Okay. What is the first question?
Okay, so you've done this before. Before we get into the details, why is this happening right now? Why a hackathon?
Okay. We are at the moment in the company where we are exploring what is a seed. What does a seed look like? We're trying to come up with this convention for a open seed definition, a spec for the seed itself. And what could better help us to define a seed than a lot of people building different types of seeds and seeing what works and what not. And that's why we're doing this. We want the help of the community to build tons of seeds and explore this world.
Yeah. Excellent. And I know we keep coming back to this, but I want us all to be able to recite this verbatim when we get asked the question. Bear with us, audience, and especially Portuguese speaking audience. What is a seed? Let's just go for a concise definition of a seed. I know we keep asking this, but let's just define it one more time.
Okay. I'm sure everyone knows about specs. So think about a spec, okay? But imagine a super spec that you paste to your agent and you answer a few questions. And after that, you wait 30 minutes, an hour. I don't know how long it will take. But at the end, you receive a working version of whatever that seed you installed is. So if I want to have a to-do app, instead of asking, hey, Claude, create a to-do app, and do a lot of back and forth until you get right, I just copy that seed for that to-do app, paste to my agent, wait, and now have the working version of that software, whatever the software is.
Exactly. All right, great. So the goal of the hackathon is for everyone to submit one of these seeds. And what are you actually looking like? What does a good submission look like?
Good submission for me will be whatever you propose your software do, you install, you record a video of it working, you show me.
You gotta record a video.
Oh yeah, you gotta record a video. Otherwise, I don't know if the seed doesn't work because you did a bad seed or the problem is in my side, right? So you record the thing working. You tell me, hey, this is what the seed do. I installed the seed. I have the same thing running on my computer. If I don't have the same thing, the same software, the same features, that's not a good seed. That's the first thing you need to think about. If someone else is installing this thing on their computer, they will have a running software after they execute this prompt. The second condition I'm looking for is I am not cloning a Git repo and installing the Git repo that you created on my computer. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for a source code. I'm not looking for tons of project files. I'm looking for a seed MD file that defines the project. I paste that file into my agent. So not looking for source files, looking for a seed.
Yeah. Okay. And then just to kind of quickly back up into the video component, what does that look like? And also for non-English speakers, do they have to try and do it in English? Can our global audience submit in their own language?
That's a good question. I didn't thought about that. I was thinking, I would say if people submit in Portuguese or in English, we'll be 100% able to verify that. If you, for any reason speak a different language and you submitted a project into our seed hackathon, we'll do our best to translate and get transcriptions for
Yes.
whatever you submitted and evaluate your project. So
Okay.
any
That's
language is
that's
supported.
that's very fair. That is super fair. Okay, excellent. Let's talk about the previous hackathon. What worked, what didn't work. Can you kind of like how are we trying to kind of level up? What are we expecting people to kind of do better? Because we're growing this thing. This isn't going to be our last. We're going to continue to develop these things. But what did we learn from the last people's submission so that we can try to kind of mitigate, you know, the people that we number of people that maybe we disqualify because
Yeah.
we want everyone to have a chance of winning, right?
Yeah. So the first version of this hackathon, it was a specific challenge to build a working version of Almanac. So the first thing you had to do was to understand what was Almanac, what was the features. So if you submitted anything that is not Almanac, you failed. And there was like Almanac requires this feature. For example, it requires you to upload HTML and me as the user visualize the HTML. But I don't want to visualize the code. I want to visualize the rendered HTML. So there was someone that submitted a almanac that I could visualize the code itself instead of the HTML rendered. So this is a misunderstanding of the requirement. If you don't do the requirement, you'll be disclassified. That's rule number one. The second one is you need to submit a seed. There was people that submitted a source code. So they understood what is Almanac. They created a project and submitted the GitHub URL. And as soon as I opened that project, I knew that was not a seed because there was tons of files, all the source code to run Almanac. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a seed. And I think those are the main things you need to look out for. Understand the requirements, publish a seed, make sure that this is a seed, make sure that you test your seed being installed on another device, and yeah, that's it.
Okay. I'm going to suggest that we do have seeds available, right? Do you know where specifically? And by the way, I just want to remind people that at any time, if you have a question about anything we're talking about, throw it in the chat. Okay, now's your time. Again, we do not want anyone disqualified from this competition, so get the questions out now, and we will return to this. But yeah, what was I asking?
So
is there an
examples of seeds.
example? Yeah, where would we find an example of them?
Yeah, I'll build. First thing, you need to get access to our Discord, and after you are in our Discord, we will share new stuff. So I'm working on a website with all these questions, including links to example seeds. I'm doing very simple seeds. For example, I want to build a calculator app. That's a tiny prompt. You paste your cloud, one shot's the calculator app, and that's a seed. I don't recommend you following the very simple examples because probably people will build more interesting stuff. So whoever builds the best project will win. But that's an example of a working seed that I will provide to you.
So best project then. Let's dig into this a little bit because obviously utility is appealing, right? If you can satisfy all the criteria and you build it and it's one seed and you one shot it and you have to answer a few questions, but you come up with something that 100% loads and works and is bulletproof. That gets you like quite far, but it's probably not going to win you the competition. So what's that last mile that gets you the winning seed?
That's a good question because there's someone in the chat that just asked this.
No way.
Yeah. So you are 100% correct. All things that we discussed here is just for you to qualify as someone that submitted a valid seed, a seed that works, right? You just pass the bar of, now people are going to analyze my project. The next thing is like, how cool is your project? What problem is it solving? Is it
Ooh.
solving a real problem, or is it just a demonstration of a seed? We're not looking for, like, yeah, it's cool to have people building dummy seeds, but we're looking for real projects. For
Okay.
example,
Go ahead.
What if someone could build an app that receives messages from Airbnb users and replies, so that the owner doesn't need to manage the Airbnb property anymore. The AI will do it for it. This is a like real problem you're solving for. Like, there is demand for this. So I think that's what the person who's building this seed needs to think. Is this something that is actually valuable, that people would use, that people would want to install? Or is this just a demo project?
Got it. Yeah, I think the example that I really enjoyed was the almanac, because anyone who's kind of working with collaborating with people on their team, they generally are handing this new file format around, HTML files, which for anyone that's needed to design anything, you're often creating some kind of shareable Figma project. Maybe you're sharing an Illustrator or a PSD file, and those are very common, right? Workflows. But when you're working in these models and you're developing HTML files, how do you track changes? How do you give detailed feedback? How do you see who's giving feedback, right? And so the utility there was really solving a real world problem that's emerged recently. So that was very appealing. That someone like me, who'd not known of any kind of solution, all of a sudden I learned that there's a seed out there that answers that problem. So you're kind of saying here, obviously, cool factor, but also like almost like entrepreneurialism. Like there's this kind of like seeing the white space, seeing the negative space, seeing the unmet need, and developing something for an unmet need.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's it. That's what we're looking for. A real problem being solved by a seed.
All right. And then just to kind of double down a little bit on like this idea of like how much of it can be actual, is there any tolerance for it being code, or does it all have to be natural language like text?
Yeah, when I'm developing my own seeds, and there's a tendency for the AI to do the easy path, and the easy path is just, instead of you publishing the source code, you publish the source code inside a empty file, so that the AI that is implementing is just going to copy and paste from here to there.
Right.
So what I'm looking for is, there's a maximum of 10% of your seed that is sample code. More than all the rest must declare your intention about that seed, and not hard-coded code into the seed.
All right. Excellent. Thank you for that. That's an important distinction. There's 10% is allowed. Okay. Let's get really practical. Okay. How do people enter? Obviously, it's Discord, right? But what is the actual process? Just so that there's no confusion.
Yeah. So you're going to head out to our Discord. There's a channel there called Hackathon, and you will type. There's a command there in our Discord. It's like something like /register /submit/test. We're working on all those commands for you. So first thing you need to do, head out to your Discord, then figure out what is the command and run it so you can register yourself. Actually, check it out.
Really prepared for this conversation. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So yeah, I was right. Is /register. So you're going to go into your or hackathon channel and type /register. You type your name, email, and phone, and then whenever you have your seed published in a public GitHub repo, you type /submit, and then your project is submitted. But we do. I'm. This is a learning from the past hackathon where people were submitting stuff that were not seeds. So now I have a /test command, so you can test if your project passed the bar. For example, is this 10% or more code check implemented into your Discord as a command. Um, you can actually use my server to run your seed. So when you type /test, this will install whatever you submitted on your seed and report a video of my terminal and my browser installing and testing your seed. So that's how you can verify if it works or not before the deadline.
Deadline is July 6th. I assume that it's the end of the day. So is it 11:59? This might be important to people who are working on it last minute.
Yeah.
11:59.
We can do PST time
PST,
zone.
get extra
Yeah.
4 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. If you're up, by the way, at 4 a.m., good for you. Let's talk about the prizes.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the in the last hackathon I did a Claude 20x subscription. This is a $200 subscription, and for this hackathon I'm doing triple that, but there's a condition. It's triple if we get 100 or more people subscribe to the hackathon. So you need to help.
Good idea. You have to need to spread the seeds, spread the word of the good seeds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm looking. So I think for every 33 person subscribed to the hackathon, it's one. It's +1 Claude 200 subscription plan.
But you have to get all the way to 100 to look back to get 3. You can't get to 66, 67. You got to get to 100.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if we have 100 people subscribed to the hackathon, then we're distributing $200 Claude subscription as prize for the top 1, 2nd, and 3rd.
And so for people who are interested to support us in growing this competition, how would you recommend that they do that? Would you just ask people to invite them to the Discord server and reference the hackathon channel?
So this is up to their creativity. So they can post a stories tagging. They can tag me. They can tag Watch Me Pivot. They can tag Rowan, whoever they want to tag. Like, we want to spread the word about the hackathon. Just share. Hey, there's some crazy dudes doing this hackathon about a new concept, and what matters is that we're getting people joining the hackathon. So whatever the way you find to share this, could be WhatsApp groups, could be your Discord communities. You could post something on X.
Yes. Okay, that's a note to myself. If I'm going to give out, if people are going to tag me, I gotta actually update my Instagram, because right now if they tag me, they're gonna just get pictures of my daughters. Okay, so I'm sorry it's not more professional than that. Okay, can individuals connect? What about a team? Because often you see teams working on these kind of projects.
Yeah, so if you have a team, that's even better. You just share with all the members of your team, and they all can join individually and compete for the prize.
So you need one seed per individual.
Yeah. We were talking about, so each person will contribute, will work on its own seed. This will be a individual competition and not a team competition, but everyone from your team can join and participate individually.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, very good. I think we've covered a lot of ground there. Is there anything that I've missed that you feel like we should have covered that I don't have written down in my cheat sheet here?
There's something else. So, as we want to, I actually want people to be able to finish and publish a working seed. So, I will be available during my working hours to help people. So, if you are in Discord and you have an issue and you want help, you can message on Discord and I can join a call with you where you can show me your project. You can tell me your idea, and I can let you know if like I think this is feasible or not, or if you're blocked, or if your seed is not working. Like, talk to me. I'll make sure you are able to submit a working seed and increase your chances of getting that prize.
That's a very generous offer. Thank you very. I'm thanking you on behalf of everyone that's watching right now. Nice. Cool. All right, let's just run through it then one more time. Deadline is 11:59 Pacific on July 6th. Prizes for second and third are the 20x Claude or Codex subscription, but we need 100 people entering to qualify for that. Individual competition, you can work as a group, but each one of you has to submit a seed. The submission is a seed file and a video in the language of your choice. For the registration and rules, go to Watch Me Pivot Discord. The seed format needs to be maximum of 10% code. Okay? Anything above that, if you want to test that, you can go to your Discord. Is that right?
Yeah. It's Watch Me Pivot Discord. There's a channel called Hackathon, and the commands are there.
Okay, great. Daniel is offering mentorship for anybody who's wanting to take advantage of that. And Sam Odio, our founder and CEO, is back on the 6th, and he will be helping us. Who decides? Oh, I haven't even talked about judges.
Oh, yeah. We need to figure out that part. I was thinking about having Jonathan, Lucas, Sam, you, and
then maybe one more.
We're
working on a big name.
A surprise.
To land a big name. It might be that we talk to this person and we tease it out there, and then maybe he joins us next time. But okay.
I see.
We'll see. Yeah. We'll see. All right.
All right.
Good stuff.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. I'm just gonna check the chat one more time.
There's a question there. It says, what mindset should we have when testing the seeds we're building? So you need to remember the way this works. This is not something you install on your machine and works and you can't share with someone else. This is something you install on your machine and you can share with someone else. So if you have two computers or if you have Docker and can run a container,
right?
The easy way for you to test is set up a fresh container with your AI authenticated there, and you paste your seed and see if it works. That's what I'm doing. That's the setup I am sharing on the hackathon. If you don't have a second machine, or if you are not comfortable setting up Docker containers, you could use the command I shared /test on our hackathon channel, and I'll test the seed for you. So in general, you think someone is actually going to copy and paste this prompt, this seed, this spec of this software, and you're going to run, and they expect this to actually work. That's the mindset. And a way to verify is the bot on Discord.
Can you just talk a little bit about Docker?
Yeah, Docker is infrastructure for you to run containers. You can think about containers as a sandbox, a isolated environment from your computer. So, for example, I could set up my agents inside a container and tell them, hey, this is your machine, like do whatever you want. You can delete stuff, you can modify stuff, because that's safe for me to do, because they are not going to break my computer because they are isolated into this container. And just like I can do that, I can also simulate that this is someone else's computer with without my API keys, or without all the pre-existing software, without all the previous setup that I did on my computer that will enable the seed to work one shot. If I want to test a fresh install, it's easy for me to do in a container because I can control that container and make sure that this simulates a fresh install. Versus doing the install on my computer that might have a previous version that already did all the setup, and maybe it will work, but it's because of the previous setup that was done, and I'm not simulating the fresh environment.
Excellent. And just with the last couple of minutes that we have here, I think it would be nice to maybe just explain a little bit about why this is so important to Plow. Because like, as we see the utility of these shared seeds grow and the convention become more widespread, hopefully with all our help and the help of our audience, there's going to need to be a certain standard that is met for these seeds, and Plow is looking to participate in that process, maybe as a trust layer, maybe as a verification layer. If this is a format that really does become useful to people at large, we would love to kind of participate in supporting that, because at the end of the day, we really are standing for the widespread use and ease of use and the democratization of access to these amazing tools. And so that's why we're really looking to support this initiative.
Yeah. Currently, there's a lot of noise in the AI industry, and as every day new software is released, new tools, new workflows, people publish videos, people make tweets, people make posts saying, hey, this new tool is amazing, I don't need to do X now because of Y. Now I'm 100% more productive. Now I just got 40K reimbursement because I was able to talk to a contractor about an issue, right? But there's a lot of stuff going on, and we need to, how do we tell if this is fake, they're just farming views, or this is actually something that works and it doesn't work only for them?
We've all done it. We've all done it, right? We've all commented what they wanted us to comment in ManyChat. We've got the link. We've joined the community. We've downloaded then we run it through Claude, and they're like, yeah, this is actually a very big claim of what it's actually doing.
Yeah, exactly. So for this issue, there's two things we can solve. We can be the trust layer that verifies, hey, whatever this person is, like this flow that this person is sharing is actually true. It works. It's proven. Like there's 100 people that use this flow, and they all say, hey, thumbs up, this works. That's the trust layer. The second thing is, okay, I watched this really cool setup, this workflow. How can I use it? Like, what do I do with this video? Like, could I just ask the transcription to Claude and say, hey, Claude, do whatever this person is talking? Does it work? So there isn't a way for me to use whatever Rowan's showing to me, like whatever is this cool workflow he did. So that's the second problem we want to solve. I want to be able to use what I'm showing, and I know it actually works and it's true.
Beautiful. And that gets us to time. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. We're excited to continue to build this community. Join us on Discord. Daniel is willing to really help you make sure that you can qualify for this prize. So make use of that. And we'll look forward to checking in again with you